Sevier County,
Sevier,
Tennessee,
that's exactly
they've already
right,
played one of the best teams in Tennessee in the opener. It's their only loss so far. This is also one of the best teams in the state of Tennessee. So I don't know what they're going for, a CFP playoff spot or what they're trying to do down there in Huntington, but they're challenging the heck out of themselves.
Does it ever feel like 24 years? Do you ever sit back and think it feels like sometimes I can't believe it's been 24 years, and I just think it feels like it's been a lot less.
And then there's other times I think,
yes,
it's only been 24 years?
Yeah, same thing.
I would love to go back, and I don't think I have I know I don't have any way to doing it.
No, I don't want to go back and hear the first show.
I would.
I would too.
I would love to go back and hear show number 1 of year number 1. We had different producers. We weren't on video.
Right.
A lot of things have changed over 24 years. But yeah, sometimes I think I'd like to go back and say, you guys never got any better at all.
So
as he approaches the tee and blasts one, a low line drive. It's going to be Tyler on the return now. And Tyler up the middle, trying to break a tackle, gets outside, look out, another big play, Tyler down the sideline, he will score, touchdown Frankfurt, they answer right back.
You know, I drove home one night, it was around 11:30 on a Sunday night, and I said, you know what, I've been doing this, and I'm tired of doing it. And I felt the program was slipping. I just felt, hey, you know what, it's time for a younger guy. People said, did I miss football? You know, I was busy and I didn't miss it. No, I missed Saturday. I'd go to the game and, you know, I'd just sit up there and kind of wish I was going to do this or that. But I didn't miss all day Sunday. I didn't miss all day Monday and all that preparation.
I don't believe what I just saw. Bill McKenzie hits a 38-yard field goal on the final play of the football game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
From the home of the state's land-grant institution, inside the Health Plan Studios, in the Dale B. Miller Building in Morgantown, it's time for the state's most listened-to sports talk show. This is the CityNet Statewide Sportsline. CityNet, cybersecurity experts for the digital age. And now, across the state of West Virginia and beyond, Sportsline is on the air.
And we welcome you in. Sportsline on this Sunday night. Travis Jones along with Greg Hunter. Final Sunday show in the month of April. It's the 26th day, 2026. Travis and Greg with you until 8 o'clock tonight here on the MetroNews Radio and Television Network with you as we wrap up another busy week of sports across the Mountain States. That included the NFL Draft this weekend, of course, in Pittsburgh, just up the road from us. Mountaineer baseball team also a less than desirable week, to say the least. A loss to Pitt midweek, and then a lost series in Cincinnati this weekend. We'll survey the damage for the Mountaineer baseball team in terms of the Big 12, NCAA tournament, and all that coming up on the program tonight. Your text and phone calls as well. 304-TALK-304 is the text line, 800-765-8255. Good evening, Coach Hunter.
Good evening, Travis. How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. All good. So, ready to roll for another night. And as you said, starting to slow down a little bit. maybe in terms of Mountaineer news. Baseball still rolling along, but consider we're a week in the rearview mirror of the spring game. Basketball, still recruiting news out there for the basketball team, but obviously game action is over. So maybe a start of a bit of a quiet time outside of the baseball program. Fair?
Yeah, fair. Kind of refresh us. What in this new landscape of the schedule, what happens now with football?
Next couple of weeks, they take off completely. They'll wrap up classes at WVU 2 weeks. I think it is. Graduation is in 3 weeks. And really after graduation, the new, sort of summer session starts. And when that session starts, the summer workouts will begin for the football team. So, and again, those workouts have changed considerably since the old days that we think of, Travis. I mean, it was a strength and conditioning, workouts only. Mm-hmm. But now there are opportunities, and there a certain number of the coaches can be involved in, but where they can work on the field with the players. No non-contact work, but strength and conditioning is still a big part of what they'll do from mid-May through the end of July, with a few days off here and there, but not a whole lot. But now coaches and all the others can get on the field with the players and go over things. So it's important for those who went through spring ball, and also important for the dozen or so that weren't here in the spring, almost all of whom are high school guys finishing up their current high school days. And once they graduate, they'll make their way into WVU. And obviously, the beginning of their college career will include some on-field coaching. So, again, it is different than the old days, and I think almost all the coaches find it very valuable.
All right, very good. So that's the story on football. Baseball is the hot topic tonight already on the text line, so we'll jump into to that and kind of bump that up in the priority list. And West Virginia, Greg, not a good week, to say the least. You started with the embarrassing 23-1 loss to Pitt on Wednesday. You were hoping that, midweek game, obviously midweek pitching, still okay for this weekend. Get the marathon game on Friday night to get suspended. Picked it back up yesterday. The Mountaineers win in 13 innings, 9-5 over Cincinnati. Come back second game, you fall 5-2. Today, though, stung because West Virginia had an early 2-0 lead, built the lead back to 5-2. Saw the Bearcats rally back as West Virginia's bullpen deteriorated late in the game. You've really got it became evident this weekend the pitching woes you're having when you're having to go back to guys. At the end of the game, you're warming a guy who's your Friday starter to potentially come in, but never quite got there as Cincinnati wins 7-5.
Yeah, Bearcats score 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th off a couple of different Mountaineer pitchers to overcome a 5-2 deficit and get the rubber game of the match. So if you didn't manage to hang on to that one, you'd looked at a 2-1 opportunity in Cincinnati and been very happy with that. But considering you had a lead going into the 8th inning and couldn't hang on to it. But as you said, injuries and other issues with West Virginia's pitching staff have really depleted. And then West Virginia had to use a lot of pitchers early. As you said, Friday night and into Saturday morning, that game went extra innings, multiple extra innings. So used a lot of arms there, used even more in the Saturday afternoon game, which was the second game of the series, and then had to go deep into it. You got good starting pitching. Dawson Montesa was solid, gave up 2 runs through his work in the first 4 2/3 innings or so, but and then they got continued good work, but it all fell apart in the 8th. And as you said, the pitchers that has the biggest problems in that 8th inning all had pitched a ton of innings, or at least multiple innings, earlier in this series. So, yeah, you said injuries to the pitching staff, other issues to the pitching staff have certainly caused you to lack the depth that you would like to have there, as that part of it could not hold on in the last game this afternoon.
Yeah, and I know some of the comments that I've read, fans questioning the exit of Carson Estridge. Was it maybe too early to pull him? He'd at that point he'd pitched 2 innings and given up 2 hits, just 1 run. One of those earned, had a couple of strikeouts there, but they pull him for Reese Passenger, who comes back in after seeing work earlier in the series, and I think he threw, his pitch count was up in the 70s.
Yeah.
In his first appearance, he comes in and obviously gets lit up with giving up the 5 hits and 3 earned runs, and of course the stinging one was the throw down to third base that hits off the runner and allows Cincinnati to take the lead. Yeah,
but you can always look at things, but the coaches typically have the advantage of analytics that we don't, in terms of pitch counts for those pitchers, when they have to pull them. Estridge had already thrown a bunch of pitches in this game and then in the previous game, and the coaches see his velocity is starting to diminish, and the bite on his curveball, all those type of things that ultimately led them to decide to pull him. But that's when you have a pitching staff that lacks depth. You got to make some tough decisions, as when to pull guys, when to put in other guys who have also thrown a lot of pitches this weekend. But that's why you love to have depth in that department. And West Virginia, not too long ago, thought they had plenty. But certainly what they saw Tuesday night against Pitt, when they had to use a lot of pitchers because nobody was effective, and then ultimately this weekend as well, showed that you can never have too many arms, because there are times you're going to run out, and they did this weekend.
All right, Penn State, Wednesday night, in-state college. You may recall West Virginia beat the Nittany Lions over in Hagerstown not too awful long ago, back on the 15th, 3-1. So you've got a Penn State team on Wednesday night and another midweek game, and then back out at home this weekend for Kansas State on Friday, 6:30, Saturday at 4, Sunday at 1 currently. In K-State, when you look at the Big 12 standings, a lot, very similar to Cincinnati, the team you just faced, if you look at conference and overall record as well. So, again, outside of just a few teams in this league, if you look down at the bottom of the league, there's a lot of competitive clubs that if you aren't ready, you're going to lose a weekend series.
No, absolutely. I mean, Cincinnati is, record-wise, doesn't look like a great team, but they now have series wins over West Virginia and UCF, 2 of the better teams in this league. So, for West Virginia, you still are in the run for the Big 12 tournament, Big 12 regular season title, but time is starting to run out on you.
Yeah, loss today drops you to 4th in the standings. You're a half game behind Arizona State now, and a full game behind UCF. Now West Virginia finds themselves 3 full games behind Kansas, who you have that looming series with coming up in Lawrence at the end of the season. So West Virginia, as Greg mentioned, you're not playing yourself into the right direction in terms of the Big 12 standings, and goes without saying, but West Virginia now just trying to play for the position themselves for the NCAA tournament. Hosting a region at this point is going to take yeoman's work.
Yeah, again, you want to solidify yourself for a place in the tournament. Top 16 to earn the opportunity to host a region. Becoming fleeting, admittedly, but continue to do what you can do to just try to up your seed position. Try to get a number 2 seed. 3 seed gets in. 4 seeds in each of the regions typically are mid-majors who get automatic berths by winning their league. So you don't want to try to depend on a 4. Twos are the best. In West Virginia, again, they got a regional hosting opportunity a few years ago, but the 2 times that they did advance to the super regionals in each of the last 2 years, they had to do it by going on the road. So you can do that as a number 2 or number 3 seed. But, that's probably where West Virginia is realistically right now.
All right, so mentioned Penn State, Marshall, the only 2 non-conference games remaining. You've got weekend series with Kansas State and Morgantown, Kansas and Lawrence, and TCU and Morgantown to close out the regular season in mid-May. So we're getting down to it here, just 3 weeks left.
Yeah, hard to
in
believe.
The baseball regular season. TCU, by the way, also another key series. They've won 6 in a row. And they're creeping up now in West Virginia, tied for 4th place with the Mountaineers at 13-8. So difficult schedule in terms of the Big 12 from here on out.
Yeah, do what you can do, especially in terms of home games, right? I mean, win as many on the road as you can, but you really need to take care of business as well as possible at home.
All right, we'll talk some NFL draft. West Virginia, obviously no players selected in this year's draft. It had a couple signed to either free agent deals or offered opportunities to come to mini camps. We'll talk about that when we come back. Sportsline continues. We're underway on the Sunday night.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Getting ghosted is never fun, especially by your network. Cyber threats don't announce themselves. They slip in quietly, disrupt operations, and disappear before you know what happened. CityNet's cybersecurity services provide proactive monitoring, threat detection, and expert response, so your business stays connected and protected. Commit to a relationship built on trust and reliability. Learn more at citynet.net today. And remember, CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
Looking for a show that talks about everything? You found it.
By the way, I'm really happy to talk about this as opposed to Ryan's opinion that being a sports fan is a bad thing.
He said that it kept him from being stressed about it, not that it was a bad thing, that they didn't have the stress. And, I mean, I've seen you pace.
Yeah, you're only 30 and you look like that.
So true.
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
Panhandle cleaning and restoration, and we're
Welcome back. Sportsline continues. NFL draft this weekend. West Virginia, one of a handful of Power 4 teams without a player drafted. The others, in case you're wondering, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Colorado, Oklahoma State, Syracuse, Virginia, Virginia Tech, Purdue, and UCLA were the players not drafted. Want to know the combined record of those teams from last year?
None of them are going to be real good.
Not good. Not good.
What'd your cipher in math get you?
I didn't. I ran out of time, but I can just tell you that all of them, with the exception of one, won less than 4 games last year. Four or less games.
Well, makes sense.
Virginia went 11-3.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, and didn't have anybody drafted. So.
And I'll have to look a little bit more closely at the Cavaliers because obviously West Virginia plays them this year. So do they just have a lot of players coming back?
I mean, does anybody have a lot of players coming back?
Well, yeah, that's it. I know their quarterback is gone for UVA, but interesting. And again, I mean, I don't think that NFL talent on a college roster is always the end-all, be-all, but obviously those that produce the most talent for the pros are typically the best that are those that do the best during the college season. And we can see from West Virginia's history as well, when they produce a good many NFL draft choices or just guys that find spots in the league, are almost always when West Virginia has their best teams. And in recent years, they've had a couple of notable picks. Obviously, Zach Frazier, Wyatt Milam the last few years. But it hasn't been a banner time for the Mountaineers in producing NFL talent, and hasn't been a banner time for West Virginia in terms of finding a ton of regular season wins. So,
well, I mean,
one correlates with the other, right?
You had a few that were here and went other places.
You would have loved to have kept Akeem Mesidor, but those guys move on, especially in today's world.
Yep, Mesidor, 22nd overall pick by the Chargers. Josiah Trotter spent 2 years in Morgantown, medical redshirt his first year. He went 46th overall for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In case you missed it, C.J. Donaldson, former Mountaineer running back, went to Ohio State. He signed a undrafted free agent deal with the Saints. And Virginia Tech offensive lineman Thomas Remack also signed an unsigned undrafted free agent deal with the Minnesota Vikings.
Out of all the ones that West Virginia has lost in recent years, and certainly Mesidor is sort of a whole different animal. Because that was now a long time ago. I mean, he was a 6th-year senior because of COVID and because of injuries. But beyond that, I don't think there was any doubt that Josiah Trotter was the guy that you would have loved to have been able to keep from last year's transfer class that ended up getting away and had a really good season at Missouri. You knew how talented he was. He had the DNA because of his father and then also his brother and their success ultimately in the NFL. He's the one that I'd look back on just from last year and said, boy, been really nice to have kept him, but couldn't do so. And now, Travis, West Virginia has 3 players so far that I have seen that have either gotten rookie camp invites or have signed as undrafted free agents. Eddie Vesterinen, defensive lineman, and Reed Carrico, linebacker, has signed rookie invite opportunities, or have gotten, at least received them, with the Vikings and the Browns, respectively. And then undrafted free agent signing Michael Coates, cornerback at West Virginia, has signed with the Browns as well. So a little bit more money for Coates as an undrafted free agent signee. The other 2 have to work their way into just getting a preseason roster spot, but at least they're going to get a shot. It's a tough road for any of those, but certainly those that are just rookie minicamp invites first and foremost.
Yeah, the most famous of those this year will be Diego Pavia, Heisman finalist, not drafted, did not sign an undrafted deal. He did get a minicamp invite today by the Baltimore Ravens. So
he's an interesting
coming
dude.
to the UFL near you.
I mean, he's got such an attitude about him. Because he just isn't drop dead off the chart, obviously talented, or people overlook your red flags.
If he's 3 inches taller, the attitude wouldn't matter.
Exactly. But that attitude combined with stature and all those other things, people have said, you know what, never mind.
Yep. One final thing on the draft that I thought was kind of striking, and it may just be a one-year mirage, but it was Power 4 dominated.
Oh, absolutely.
This year. I mean, big time. More than normal. 87 SEC, 68 Big 10, 38 ACC, 38 Big 12, 7 independent. So that includes Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So you figure how many they have drafted.
Well, they had 2 in the first round, 2 running backs.
Yeah, I can tell you. I've got the list here, but I'll have to look through it quickly to tell you. But anyway, American FCS MAC 4, Mountain West Conference 3, Sun Belt 2, Conference USA 1 this year. Ohio State 11, Alabama, Texas A&M with 10 apiece, Clemson with 9, Miami, Texas Tech with 9, Georgia, Indiana, Penn State with 8, Iowa, LSU, Oregon, Washington, Florida, Oklahoma with 7, Michigan, Missouri, Notre Dame, Texas with 6, Auburn, Tennessee with 5.
You said aberration, but I'm not certain it is in today's world because
it's not.
Everybody transfers up.
But I do think there are some years where the group of 5 schools get more than what they had this year, which was hardly any.
Yeah, you're right. But
7 or 8.
Most group of 5 kids that are
moving up.
Yeah, they move up to a Power 4 to try to prove themselves. So, fewer and fewer of them stay in the group of 5. So
So the SEC, every school had at least 1 player taken.
Yeah,
this year.
Not as good a year though at the top end. Big 12, I think, had as many first-round draft choices as did the SEC, but then started getting a lot of quantity later on down the line.
Yep, certainly. All right, 6:30. Mike in Charleston. Welcome to the show, Mike. Good evening.
Good evening, Jim. How are you doing?
Going good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Listen, I'm just going to bring up a couple of the latest recruits that we didn't talk about. Actually, let me back up. Nyla Wilson, if you remember Hunter, we talked about it last week. Didn't seem to be a whole lot on here, but I'll tell you what. After the show last week, I got on YouTube. If you look at the EYBL 24 summer highlights, where it just shows her through her tournament career there. I mean, unbelievable. 5-star recruit. Number 34 ESPN. I think if that's not the highest recruit we've had, Hunter, it's got to be close to it.
Yeah, I'd agree. Right up there.
Right. She committed to Auburn and then decommitted Auburn, went to Pitt. And then they changed coaches. When my daughter's conference, CAA, Robin Harmony, College of Charleston, took over the Pitt job. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. She didn't want to start with a new coach. Who knows? But anyway, glad to have her. She's going to be a fantastic player. We did lose Riley Mikuleski, unfortunately. She was a late entrance into the portal. One of the big reasons, I think, is Skylar Forbes, 6'3" forward from Marquette, 3-time Big East Conference Conference player, 15.5 points per game, shoots 90% from the free-throw line. Career 88 steals, 156 assists. There's a theme in all his recruits, too, guys, that I've been following a little bit. They're all good defensive players. Even Nyla averaged a couple of steals a game when she was playing. So it's fitting coaches' format, I guess you could say. I did talk to him Monday night. He's very excited about the class that he has. And I would tell you what, if they all gel together, this would definitely be, as his 4th year, in my opinion, would be his best team. A chance to go a little further in the tournament, NCAA, than they did last year. The last one is a Kimberly Harris, point guard George Mason. So you have 2.2 George Mason, Zaza Walton, and Kimberly Harris. Combined, they averaged about 30 points a game. Also, Harris, 5'7" point guard, 141 steals. So she's, again, also a very good defensive player. 53 3-point shots on the year. I mean, a career, I should say. And was also high school for the state player of the year in high school. Averaged 31 points a game. So just fill in a little bit there. And lastly, we all remember Odie Crooks from Oklahoma State. Coach and I were talking about that at the dinner. He said Oklahoma State must have come into a lot of money because they paid her $1.4 million to sign 1 year. They also got Oklahoma State also got a Liv McGill out of Florida. Combined, probably between those two players, looking at 50, 60 points a game. So I would say that Oklahoma State's going to be the preseason favorite along with TCU, and West Virginia will also factor into that, probably top 3 or 4 teams.
Well,
That's
certainly.
about it,
Yep. I mean, it is interesting if Audie Crook's numbers are, what they're reported to be. That's a high end in the women's game anymore. But again, she's a unique talent, but also has some obviously mobility issues that make her sometimes a liability. So we'll see how it works out there. That's well and good. Travis, I don't know what you think, but she would not have worked in a Mark Kellogg type system. I don't think. But I like the players that they got, but again, every time you mix and match all these new players, how they jive together, what their chemistry is like, I mean, you just never know. Worked really well last year, but you've got even fewer returnees this year with Gia Cook and Maddie Paris is now the only 2 returnees. Would have liked to have seen Carter McRae and Riley McAlusky stay, but everybody's got to make a decision on what they want to do in their future.
Yeah, 9 players right now on the women's basketball roster, so they've got a couple more to fill in. Men also in the same situation. So far, so good, but still few glaring needs there, Greg.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, on the women's side of things, I mean, you can get up to 15 players, but it's almost pointless to use all 15 anymore. I mean, it seems 11 or 12 is the number that you're really ultimately shooting for, and it's the same thing on the men's side also. West Virginia's done some good things in the portal on the men's side, but they've got more work to do because of just sheer numbers as well. Again, Amir Jenkins, Evans Barning are the only 2 returnees, and Amir's health makes his status for the coming season unknown. But obviously, when you bring in a Miles Sadler, who's one of the best players coming out of the high school ranks in the country, you put a lot of stock in what he can do, and then you add in Mo Sela as well, the transfer from Georgia Tech. You got 2 really high-end players, some good players beyond that, but they need more. And talking to Brad Howe, obviously knows his Mountaineer basketball on the men's side as well as anyone. Definitely could use another power forward of the sort of starting variety. Your backcourt's pretty good, but you can always use more depth anywhere and everywhere. But I think a power forward type is first and foremost what you'd really like to have, and one who's capable of starting for you.
Had a visit in late last week into the weekend, the Utah transfer, Sadhu Traore, who had 17 points against the Mountaineers in Morgantown this season. So that would help you with the, as you mentioned, with the kind of the power forward and aspect. I think he's in the 6'3", 6'4" range. So possibility there. He's a guy to keep an eye on.
Yep. And I think they've added nice, starting opportunities and then even depth in the backcourt. But front court, you got a couple of players of length in there in Alou Diem and the most recent commitment, Amadou Siani. Both 6'10" for Diem, Siani at 7'1". Great length there. but probably more developmental players for each. So you still need a high-end power forward, another frontline player of that stature to help you.
Yeah, Traor's 6'6", by the way. This would be his fourth school, or will be his fourth school, because he's going to transfer somewhere. He's been in Manhattan, Iowa, Utah, and, of course, West Virginia hopes that this will be his next and final stop. Looking at him this past year, started 31 games for the Utes, averaged 9 points per contest, also had 2 assists per game, averaged 3.4 rebounds on the year, shot 39% from the floor, made 43 threes, 73% from the free throw line.
There you go.
There you go. All right. Very good. We'll move on. Next topic. When we come back, we'll hit the text 304-TALK-304 when we return.
Worried about paying for college? MetroNews is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? A lot of times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Welcome back. Sportsline continues. Travis and Greg with you. Currently at WVMetroNews.com. Our own Jack Carlson posted a story this morning about some premium seating among the changes coming to the Hope Coliseum and Milan Puskar Stadium. Of course, the Mountaineer bigwigs were in Charleston late last week for an event, so they had a chance to talk with Ren Baker about some of that, get some quotes Coach, you've perused the article. There was a couple of new nuggets in there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is stuff we've known and discussed, but I'll be interested to get some of your opinions because I don't think you and I have really sat down and had an in-depth conversation of what ultimately is going to happen both at the Coliseum and at the football stadium. But both these are definitely in the progress. Start with the Coliseum. Basically, what they're going to do is take out the press row area. So mid-concourse, behind the benches, where those of us old media types sit, and I've sat for years and years. We're going to go over into one of the corners, and they're going to make one of the corners the new media section, which is truthfully something that is a norm anymore because they're trying to save those mid-row seats for donors, and they're going to take that media section and they're going to make that sort of a club level. So it's not just going to be seats, but there are going to be some amenities in there for those that want premium seating and are willing to spend for it. So that's going to happen real quickly. WVU's their commencements, graduation is in a few weeks. As soon as that is over, because that uses the Coliseum. So as soon as that's finished, they'll start knocking stuff down and rebuilding. That's not a major rebuild, but still, if you watch any of those home improvement shows, you realize you get into cost pretty quickly. I don't know if it's as much as a bathroom in one of the beach projects that my wife likes to watch, but it is $1.5 million is what it's listed. So that's going to be done by the time next football or next basketball season begins. So that will be the premium opportunity for maybe upwards of 100 people for that one. So then comes the biggie in terms of price tag and timeline and all those type of things over at Milan Puskar Stadium. Obviously opened in 1980, and the press box is original to the stadium. It's had a few small upgrades over the years, but really nothing significant. And they're going to take that down completely and rebuild a bigger one, not for the media, but to add a ton more premium seats and suites and those type of things in there. Now, we're talking about a $150 million type of project. If all goes as planned. And right now their funding level looks very good. The one thing that Jack was able to discern from the article that I had not yet known was that they already have 7 donors who are pledging $5 million or more. So obviously that doesn't completely fill the price tag that they're going to be spending. But that's a pretty good start right then and there. But if all the funding issues go as planned, West Virginia will take down the press box at the end of this coming season, 2016. What they do in terms of the press box and seating for the media and the premium seats that are also in there is an unknown for 2027. But the hope is, and it's a hope, I don't think it's an assurity, that the new press facility, which they're calling the West Tower, will be finished and ready for occupancy in 2028. Though that may be a little bit of a dream finish.
Oh, wow. So you're thinking 2 years affected, maybe?
Yeah, could be 2 years out that I've thought of that they're going to have to find alternates before that is ready to go. Again, we'll see what happens, but I've talked to ADs every summer going back to Fred Schaus. I mean, we're talking almost 40 years, right? And for at least 25 of those, everybody's talked about a new press box and increasing the premium seating. And right now, the press box is about 35 yards wide. The next one's going to be about 100 yards wide. So it's going to basically double the size. It's not going to double the size, for media. We'll still get the same number of seats, if not squeezed in a little bit more. It's going to, triple or quadruple the number of luxury suites and premium seating that is available that people will pay top dollar for. And in today's world, when you're trying to squeeze every penny out of it you can, I understand how it works. That's just the way of the world. And West Virginia, I know Ren Baker has said many times before, and other ADs before him, that West Virginia is behind the curve in the Power 5 level and certainly the Big 12 level when it comes to such premium seating that can generate a lot of money. And they want to try to make up some of that gap, and these type of projects will do that. The basketball one will earn some money. The football one could earn a lot of money before it's all said and done, but it's also going to cost a lot of money. You got to spend it to make it.
$150 million. I mean, what do you think the entire stadium price tag was when it was built back in
25, I think.
Jeez,
I've heard that
crazy?
number. 25. Coliseum was like 15. Of course, that was 10 years prior. Up to this point, I think $27 million for the basketball practice facility is the most expensive athletic project WVU has undertaken. That's going to be dwarfed here in a little bit with the new press box, or they don't want to call it a press box, West Tower. That's fine. I don't care what you call it.
Right.
So again, affects me where I sit and all these things, but that's I understand that's well and good. I travel to so many places. I know how press seating is for basketball and certainly is for football. And football is, we got great seats in the current press situation right there, midfield.
I mean, are you in the end zone most places now?
Yeah, most places. So this won't curve around to the end zone. It'll go, from end line to end line, basically, and we'll be towards the end almost assuredly. They haven't finalized all the plans on how it's going to look, but certainly the premium seating will get midfield.
Yeah, basketball-wise, I think, further changes you could see. West Virginia could eventually shrink the scores table a little bit and add more on-court seating next to the benches.
They've got a couple of those that
already.
They utilized this year and they sold. But, yeah, that's something you can continue to do. There are some other changes that they've announced and they've talked about in terms of the Coliseum and opportunities for some additional money there. In terms of reseating some of those who have season tickets. The student section right now is on the far side away from the benches. Mid-court, they're going to move to one of the end zones. And that will be the student section going all the way up from there on one end. And that'll allow West Virginia to sell some of those mid-court seats, the padded seats as we used to call them in the day, and those going up behind that. Some of those are available for sale, not the padded ones, but those a little further up. So, and eventually there may be some other opportunities if the dismantling of the current press row goes well and those premium seats are sold in those boxes or lounge seats or whatever you call them go well. They could put those in other parts of the Coliseum, but it's sort of hard to fit. Everybody's talked about adding, clubs and suites in that building, but because it wasn't designed for those 50 plus years ago, it's very hard to retrofit, and they've looked at a lot of different ways and they haven't come up with one. So this is one they think they can do, but some of those big luxury suites that you see in some of the pro arenas all around, that would be hard to do at the Coliseum.
Well, you talk about pressure on the coaches, not that there isn't already. And, they get paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, you can't feel too sorry for them. But, you've got, particularly football, you've got a massive $150 million project here that the way you make your money back is you have to sell what you build. And you sell them if you're winning.
Yeah, well, let's face it. Tickets are a whole lot easier to sell if a team wins and wins a lot than if they lose. So you're right. It does add pressure to everyone. But again, if you want to be good in today's world, you have to have the resources And to get those resources, you have to do things like this. I mean, I've seen, even the biggest of the big, Penn State's got a major rebuild going up in, at their stadium. Nebraska just announced a huge new project at their stadium, which interestingly enough is going to reduce their seating capacity by a few thousand. That's a place that's sold out every game for like 60 years with the University of Nebraska. But they won
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte won, I think, 2 games last year, and they're currently doubling their capacity at their stadium.
Well, that's interesting. Nebraska cutting down on seats, Charlotte expanding. But I did find it interesting Nebraska's cutting down despite all those sellouts. But again, everybody wants those premium seating opportunities now because they make so much more money on those than you do just a bleacher seat. And I know that doesn't help the general fan, but again, that's the cost of working in today's world.
Certainly is. All right, we'll take a break. Before we do, NBA playoffs are currently underway. Got a couple of early games that are gone final. San Antonio increased their lead over Portland 3-1, 114-93. The final, Toronto has come back and tied the series with Cleveland 93-89. Coming up at 7 o'clock. Couple of minutes away from tip on NBC. Boston and Philadelphia will continue their series. Joe Mazzulla's Celtics with a 2-1 lead there. 9:30 tonight for the Lakers and Houston as the Lakers trying to close that series out. 9:30 tonight on NBC. So that's the latest on that side of things. They skated today in the NHL, in those playoffs, the Sabres beat the Bruins 6-1. Buffalo took a 3-1 lead in the East first round. Also in the East, the Lightning Canadiens drop the puck at 7 tonight with the Lightning up 2-1 in that series. Avalanche leading the Kings 3-1 in the third period, and Colorado trying to sweep the Kings in that series. They're up 3-0. 9:30 tonight, Oilers and the Anaheim Ducks, with Anaheim up 2-1, 9:30 on ESPN. We're back in a moment.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Running a small business means wearing a lot of hats, and dealing with tech problems shouldn't be one of them. CityNet helps West Virginia businesses keep their technology running smoothly, from networks and computers to backup, security, and day-to-day support. Whether you don't have IT staff or you have a small team that could use extra help, CityNet can take care of the technology or work alongside your team to fill in the gaps. With proactive monitoring, fast local support, and solutions built on CityNet's fiber network, your business stays productive instead of reactive. Call us at 1-844-CityNet to get started.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
What do you know about hot dogs? Because we've been all about hot dogs this week.
I love hot dogs, and I love them with Miracle Whip.
Oh, God, I forgot. Never mind.
And onions.
Okay.
I actually, yesterday morning, I had a hot dog for breakfast at 6:45 with onions and Miracle Whip.
And with that, we'll be back right after this.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
Sportsline continues. While we're in the break, Coach Hunter, another Mountaineer mini camp invite has gone out.
Yeah. You said you saw it. Boy, talk about things happening in the fly. Jeff Weimer, Mountaineer wide receiver, spent just the 1 year at West Virginia after transferring in, has signed with Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Yep,
Is that
that's
not
correct.
who you told me? So
Chiefs.
I really thought Jeff, the second half of the season, he hit some injury opportunities early. And, of course, he was one of those, how many were there, 4 or 5 players that had to get the waiver initially to get the opportunity to play last year. So he didn't get into practice until right before the regular season got underway. The Trey Edwards of the world and those type of guys. So took Jeff a little bit of time, but once he got going, I thought he was a really productive receiver for West Virginia. Reasonable size, decent athletic ability, caught the ball well. I'm not saying all that is going to equate into an NFL job, but I think out of those that have signed as rookie camp invite so far, maybe he has the best things. I mean, I thought Reed Carrico and Eddie Vesteranen were great kids for West Virginia, but they don't necessarily have the measurables that are going to wow an NFL team, especially in a short opportunity like you are in a rookie camp. But I could see Weimer at least getting signed to go into the camp completely. Wouldn't stun me. Michael Coates is going to be a very interesting one with the Cleveland Browns. Cornerback here, obviously with just 1 year at West Virginia. People remember his story. He didn't play high school football. After graduating high school, went to a junior college and all of a sudden decided to play football. And at that point, really became, started elevating his play. Now, he's a guy who has good measurables, reasonable size, runs really, really well, and I think had a pretty good season at West Virginia for his only year there. But people may look at him and think he's got development opportunities in front of him. And the fact that he's getting a complete undrafted signing, not just a rookie camp invite, tells you he's a little bit more desirable.
Very good. Let's hit the texts. Let's go to Greg in Lake Norman. Don't look now, but the team up north just swept number 10 Virginia this weekend. While WVU completely blew a series with Cincinnati, it wasn't the Reds. Maybe 23-1 wasn't a one-off after all. And answer me this. If a NFL player can get a color-coordinated nameplate sewn onto the back of the jersey for a player that was just drafted 2 minutes earlier, then why in the world can't college baseball players get their names on the back of their jerseys? Heck, even at my age, I can't remember what I had for breakfast, much less remembering who is number 21 coming out of the bullpen, says Greg in Lake Norman.
Well, they can. Some programs choose to do it. And West Virginia has one set of their jerseys that does have their names on it. They just don't use them all the time. I think some sort of like the tradition of no names. Others don't. I don't get into the uniform argument.
Oh, we know. We know.
Even when it comes to the names on the back.
Chuck from Charleston, no relief pitching, no timely hitting with the bases loaded twice. Saban's lost this game. Do we have any other relief pitchers? The bullpen is full. This loss will hurt for a long time, says Chuck from Charleston.
Yeah, obviously, if the coach thought there were better relief options, he would be using them because.
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw a little bit of it in the Pitt game.
Yeah,
unfortunately, a couple of those guys, have performed better, but they didn't that night.
Nope,
it was batting practice. In my opinion, pitching did not lose this game. Pitching won this game for UC. Bases loaded in the 7th and 8th innings, as I recall, and couldn't get a hit. Couldn't get a bunt down in the 7th inning to move runners into scoring positions. Bummer. Yeah, it was a combination of things for sure.
Sure. It usually is, right?
Yep.
Not always just one. I mean, even 23 runs by Pitt, obviously that's a horrendous view of your pitching, but West Virginia only scored 1. So they didn't have any offense either.
Yep. Texter, the student section will be moving from along the length of the floor to behind the opponent's second half basket. So much has changed from the days when I and other students would sit courtside and fill half the Coliseum to the rafters with so what and who cares. Well, don't forget my favorite, suck eggs.
Go home.
And go home, right. Yeah, it has changed. I mean, and it's, a sign of the times in the sense that, the students, they fill, yeah, you're right, they'd fill it to the rafters. Unfortunately, that's about 3 games a year.
Yeah.
And those are premium seats they're sitting in.
Yeah, exactly. And they're still going to have good seats. I mean, right behind the basket, that's
not a bad seat in the place.
No.
Right.
I mean, it's, they'll go up to the upper deck, but it won't be the upper concourse unless you get there late.
Yep. Fred in Clarksburg, the Steelers ended up with 10 players in the draft. They were lower in picks, but you have to remember Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. Brock Purdy was in the 7th round. I think they're going to be okay, and I know one player I don't want to come back, and that's Aaron Rodgers, says Fred in Clarksburg.
Well, who do you want as your quarterback if you're Pittsburgh? You want Drew Aller or how's it
Will
going?
Howard.
Yeah, well, that seemed to be your
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your options right now. If you don't get
it is
Rodgers
interesting.
back.
I was listening to another radio show the other day, national one.
Oh, okay.
And they had on former Mountaineer football employee Drew Fabianich. If you remember him, he was the general manager for several years under Neil Brown and spent as much time in this studio as you and I do because Tony and Brad had him in a lot because he's a great interview. But anyways, he's now the head of the Senior Bowl and oversees that. So he was talking a lot about all the guys that he saw come through the Senior Bowl. And I found his comments for Steeler fans very interesting because a lot of people are looking at this. They should have got the Lemon kid. They took a lineman. That's a waste in the 1st round. Fabianich thinks that this will be, in a few years, the best lineman to come out of this draft because he feels really high about him. And obviously, Fabianich, above and beyond his time at West Virginia, spent a lot of time with the Cowboys, highly, highly regarded for his talent evaluation. Like I said, now leads the Senior Bowl. And I found that comment interesting for those that are Steeler fans and are worried about the Steeler draft.
Steve from Philippi. Hey, guys, any news on who the new men's basketball coach will be at Fairmont State? Job posting doesn't close until Wednesday because of state law. They can't interview anybody until the job closes. I would assume because of the portal situation, it'll be a fairly quick process following that. So probably next Sunday, we may or may not have an announcement at that point, but I think we'll have a little bit better idea. I can tell you that I think there's a lot of interest in the job.
Yeah, so. Guys that have been sitting head coaches are going to want that job. Is that not fair to say?
Very fair. Yep, very fair. Coach Hunter, is there any way you could go through the WVU roster like you did on the weekday program? I missed most of it.
Well, if we have
Would you go the entire roster?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Offense one night, defense the next.
Wow.
I still got the list right here with me. So
how about that? I don't want you to have to do that again.
Well, I will say I'll be happy to do it. Maybe not this Sunday, but next. But our show is archived in terms of the internet. So you can go to the podcast version of wvmetronews.com. I think I did offense on Thursday, defense on Friday, but we can revisit that, Travis, at some point on one of the Sundays here in the not too distant future.
Oh, we will. We will, for sure.
We got a lot of shows to fill over the next couple of months.
Yep.
You may have me breaking down the long snapper situation in depth before we're said and done. I can do it.
We need somebody to leave a conference is what we need.
Oh, no.
To get us through
we
the
don't
summer.
need realignment.
Texter says, I don't care who the new head coach at Fairmont State is as long as they score 85 points. Yeah, because if they score 85 or more, you get a free, Big Mac, I think? You're participating in local McDonald's. Listen, if they don't score
you got to
more than,
read that thing every game, right?
Well,
so you should know who it is.
If they don't score more than 85 points a game, you're not going to win many games in that league. I'll tell you that.
Well, you score 85, but don't give up 86.
Yep. Texter, I realize it's a mark of how far the baseball program has come that we're all bummed out following today's loss, but darn, Bassinger more than emptied the tank Friday night, had nothing left. We've been better off picking somebody by drawing straws. So, yeah, we'll see. Steve Saban, it's hit or miss on the road, whether or not they have press conferences, and it doesn't look like they had one following the Cincinnati game, so we'll have to wait until first of the week to get the skipper's thoughts on that loss. Okay? 7:09 on the show. Sportsline continues in just a couple of minutes. We're back after this.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
Worried about paying for college? MetroNews is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to wvmetronews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to wvmetronews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line returns in 2 minutes on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Looking for a show that talks about everything? You found it.
By the way, I'm really happy to talk about this as opposed to Ryan's opinion that being a sports fan is a bad thing.
He said that it kept him from being stressed about it, not that it was a bad thing. They didn't have the stress. And, I mean, I've seen you pace.
Yeah, you're only 30 and you look like that.
So true. So
Join Dave Weekly and Coop weekdays for Hotline on Metro News Television.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Nasal obstruction, stuffiness, blockage. Is it allergy? Is it sinus? Odd times it may be both. The Delview Medicine Sinus and Allergy Center is a clinic where we house all specialties that take care of allergies and sinuses together. You name it, we have it. It's one-stop shopping. Anything ENT that needs done for the citizens of West Virginia, we can provide that care.
Well, I know everybody's bummed out about the baseball weekend for the Mountaineers, but Gregory, could always be worse. Clemson, who you may recall last year was number 1 in the Clemson Regional, that West Virginia went in and won, defeated the Tigers to eliminate them, and then beat the Wildcats to advance to the Super Region. How about Clemson? They're all but eliminated from the NCAA tournament right now. They're 6-15 in the ACC following this weekend. They have hosted 3 straight regionals and only missed the regional 2 times since 2009. So it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
And again, it's been a long season. You wonder if, obviously, West Virginia's had some pitching injuries and such.
Well, you got to get Max back.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You're wondering if you're just tired, and hopefully you can get a resurgence once Yale gets back. It sounds like it's going to be coming, hopefully this coming weekend, and that'll give you another, not just quality arm, but your best arms so far this season.
The football question we had, not to leave that texter completely hanging, did want to ask you, give me an area of this football team that you are less concerned about now than you were going into spring, and maybe an area where you're equally concerned or more.
2 good questions. Still concerned about the secondary. West Virginia's got a number of guys, and some of them look like they've got pretty good resumes, but I don't think you have a ton of guys that are really sort of proven commodities like you do in a lot of positions. And we talk so much about how they need to rebuild the offensive line. Well, we've talked about it before. They have 5 transfers in the offensive line who've started a bunch of games at previous FBS colleges. So you like to think, and then you add in some others, couple that returned from WVU, Nick Cray and Landon Livingston, add in a talented freshman like Kevin Brown. All of a sudden you can see, all right, you got 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11 offensive linemen. I think the secondary is still more of a wait and see guess type situation. I think I had a lot of questions about the wide receiver position, and I'm not going to say that all of a sudden you think it's really, really good, but having watched that more, there's still a number of guys there that haven't proven themselves at this level a ton yet. You probably have similar numbers as the secondary, couple guys, but I think having watched them in the times we got to see them this spring, I go, ooh, maybe there are more guys there who look like they really can play than maybe I had given them credit for. So secondary as a whole, for me, still a question. Not that it can't be answered with a positive, but I think the wide receiver spot is better than I thought. Those are 2 things. And I won't say either of those are going to live up to exactly what I say, positive or negative. But those are the 2 I'd answer with your answer. 2 answers for me to your question.
All right, very good. Ed in Preston County, Coach Hunter wants to know if you could give us a quick update on the incoming freshmen. Any of those you should be looking out for?
In terms of those that aren't in school yet, I'd say it's unlikely that any of them will be significant factors this coming season. I think you've got a number of those guys that ultimately could be good players for you at some point down the line, but most of them are going to be developmental type players anyways. And Travis, we've seen, some of those. A couple of those are West Virginia natives. Xavier Anderson, I think, is a long, athletic guy who I really liked as a defensive end, but they think can play tight end or maybe even wide receiver. But I think he's got to get some meat on the bones, right? Add strength to him before he is a factor for West Virginia. I think most of the guys that are coming in at this point are probably in the same same vein. The quarterback that's not here yet, Wyatt Brown, coming in from California. I really liked what I saw out of his film. But again, missing the spring is going to put him behind a couple of the other true freshmen who, in truth, are probably headed for red shirts anyways. So I wouldn't think any of those true freshmen that aren't here yet are probably going to be factors next fall. I wouldn't expect.
All right,
but the one thing I'll say is what we talked about earlier, your opportunity to work with those kids in the summer and coach them up a little bit helps greatly. In the past, none of them had a prayer of playing this fall. By getting some workout opportunities with coaches, at least you're in a better position.
Texter says, since you brought up the subject of the Hope Coliseum reseating, I don't think I've heard if the students are going to get the seats on the floor directly behind the baskets. And since they already had the entire sideline for the whole game, I'm not sure how being only behind the visitor's basket for one half gives them a better advantage than they already have.
I don't know for certain that they'll have the floor level seats behind there, but again, those are premium seatings for high dollar customers. So I would doubt that they're going to turn those over to the students, to be quite honest. Again, I think it's an opportunity for students to continue to affect the game, but that's not what this is about. This is about making more seating available for those that will pay a premium dollar for mid-court seats at a lower level. And, somebody gets bounced. Media gets bounced to a corner. Well and good, understand how it works. Students get bounced to the end zone.
All right. About something we spoke about earlier, just saw on Twitter that Mike Tomlin made his debut on NBC tonight, and as a part of his conversation, said that he believes fully that Aaron Rodgers will be back with the Steelers. So not that was a surprise, but
yeah,
there's still a little bit of mystery there.
You follow this closely. Is he going to be a Steeler?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think it's Steeler retirement at this point. All right, Miles Sadler, if you didn't catch this, was on Three Guys Before the Game with the boys earlier this week. Spent about an hour with Tony, Brad, and Hoppy. We've got a little bit of time here. Let's listen in to that conversation.
Incoming WVU basketball recruit, Miles Sadler. We've been talking about him over the last several months, and we've been seeing him as well on the national stage, most recently at Bella Vista Prep as his team won. Now, Miles, some people call it a national championship. Here, we call it a world's championship. We just take it to the next level. We just say world, and you're good with that, or if we say it's a world championship.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Thank you very much.
I agree.
Very good. So he won a world championship and then literally represented the world in the Nike Hoops Summit in Portland just a couple of weeks ago now, where Team USA got together and the world team got together and practiced throughout the course of the week and then played a game, which was featured on NBC and Peacock, and Miles had himself a night, and we're going to get into all of that and more.
Don't forget, he won the conference championship, too. 4 wins in 4 days, so let's not shortchange that. Miles had about as good of a 2-week period as you can possibly have in high school basketball.
I would agree. That was, you guys were rolling. You're right, we did watch our conference championship. We were on the road. We were watching those games, and the time difference that we were in allowed us to kind of, it became our afternoon entertainment, is what it did.
And it was entertaining.
Yeah.
We had it on the big screen in there. Everybody crowded around watching. That was the national championship we watched out in Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. So first off, let's do some inventory here. Miles' presence on the show, Brad, is brought to us by
Bruce Allen Pipeline. We thank them for helping us get Miles appearing today, so thank you to the Bruce Allen Pipeline folks.
Yeah, and with that, you get 500 feet of pipe for appearing on our show, Miles. I'm sure you'll totally enjoy that. I'm sure it's exactly what you wanted to get.
Give it to him when he arrives.
All right, let's jump in, man. You are back home right now. Home is Brampton. Yep, home is Brampton, Ontario, which is about 30 miles outside of Toronto. I'll be honest with you. You played so much basketball in the course of those 2 weeks that I was getting tired for you. Give us an update, man. Like, physically, how did you feel after that run is over, and how much did you need to maybe, like, slow it down a little bit?
Well, I feel like personally, this is my week. Like this week is the week I'm not touching the basketball. I'm not doing anything. I'm still gonna get in the gym, keep my body right, and eat right, and all that. But like, I'm not running. I'm not touching the basketball this week. So, and especially after I had to go to Jordan Brand Classic, and then I flew straight here. Like, it's been a lot of basketball that I've been playing. So I'm happy that I get a week off.
Yeah, it's a good point. And to be quite honest with you, you just said something there that most incoming freshmen don't say, or at least they didn't used to say, and that's get my body right. It sounds to me as though you understand how important it is to put the right fuel into the engine and how good you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like, I mean, it's like treating a car. So I treat my body like a car. So I'm always going to make sure that I'm feeding myself right and making sure I stay in shape. Because especially I'm supposed to get to 180 before school starts. That's what the coaches told me at least. So I'm not too far off, but there's a lot to go.
What do you weigh right now?
I'm like 172 right now.
Okay, well,
I got 8 pounds.
Tell you what, you hang around with me and Brad. We'll put 8 on you. We could do that in about 4 days. 8 pounds would be about 4. Yeah, seriously, just hang around with us. Okay, it doesn't matter. It honestly does not matter. But height-wise, you are in like if you take your ruler out and you measure yourself, what are you? You can do it with sneakers on or sneakers off, whichever way you want to go.
Sneakers off, sneakers on, like 6 foot.
Yeah.
Sneakers off, like about 5'11", basically 5'10", 6.
Off doesn't even matter. I mean, it's not like you play barefooted. He's going to play in shoes, so just deal with the shoes on. He's 6 feet tall.
That's a really good point.
Right.
That's a really good point.
You're not running around there. I don't know why you ever talk about with
shoes on.
Not just you, but
on.
Anybody. Why do you ever do that? You have shoes on.
That's a solid point. Solid point. Okay, so these guys want you at 180 when you roll in here.
Yeah.
And how are we going to do it?
How are you going to do it? Breakfast. I feel, especially like just a actual reasonable breakfast. Like most of the time in Arizona, I'm taking an apple or a banana, and I'm on the road. Today, today is like a American breakfast. Like 4 strips of bacon, 3 pancakes, some eggs.
Yeah.
One second, I gotta let my dog out.
Now we're eating. No, we got a dog.
What's the situation?
The dog wants out.
Well, we need to know one thing: is the dog coming to Morgantown?
Dog wants out there. He's got to take care of the dog.
Is the dog coming to Morgantown?
The dog is not coming to Morgantown.
What type of dog? What do we have there?
I got a pit bull.
Oh.
Yeah, she's I think 4 years. 4 years old. She's not the sharpest tool in the shed, I'd say. But
I mean, what is it? What is that? What is she? Why would you say that? What gives you the thought that she's not the sharpest tool?
Like I know a lot of dogs, like when the doorbell rings, like they start jumping, and all that. But like when my dog starts jumping, like she's clawing at the door. We have like a window that faces like the street, so she runs into the window, starts barking, so it just makes everyone scared.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you're looking to put on weight, just hit up that poutine.
I was just going to ask that. Do we have any poutine in the future?
Just go for that
dish.
Yes, we do, and I feel like it is something that needs to go worldwide.
Agree.
That's fine.
It is so good. Personally, like how it's like just fries, gravy, and cheese curds. Mm-hmm. If you put bacon in there,
oh
yeah,
exactly. You put bacon bits in there, like that's really what.
Right, we're going to get along well with Miles on the road.
Oh yeah,
he's going to eat with us. That's very good.
For those,
you guys come to Toronto anytime. You guys come down to Brampton anytime. I'll get you guys the best food spots.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you need.
Perfect. So, did you have any luck whatsoever in Arizona getting poutine?
They don't know. They don't know.
Zero. Do you ever try to cook it? Do you ever try to make it?
Oh no. I'll never try and make my own poutine. I'm sure I'll disappoint myself, so I'm just better off buying it.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Let's go back to the last few weeks here, basketball-wise, because you obviously had a tremendous year all the way through, but you went to a new level here in the conference tournament and the national championship. Talk us through that a little bit. What was going on through your mind? You just took over those games. Dude, you were the story of every one of those games in broadcast. What was happening out there?
I mean, you guys know how McDonald's came out. McDonald's rosters came out, and I was watching live, actually. because I was like, yo, I gotta make it. I'm number 21 in the country right now. There's 24 spots in the game. I gotta make it, right?
Right.
So I'm watching. The West Side came out first, and I'm like, okay, so my name wasn't on the West Side, so I was like, oh, they probably just think I'm from Canada, so Canada's on the East Coast, so I see the East Coast come out, I'm not on it. I'm like, what? I think I didn't talk to anyone for like 3 days. Like 3 days, I was all to myself. I was like, nah, because there's no way that I didn't make this. So the next, however many games we had, I wasn't losing, and I knew like I had to go out and prove myself, prove I'm the biggest snub of all time.
Why do you think?
By the way, we agree with that. Been, as first reported on this show, one of the all-time great snubs in basketball history. We agree with you, Miles.
Miles, we do know that it's a political thing, and I'm sure you've talked with people since. Why do you think you were not on the list? What do you think was happening?
If I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have a reason. I don't have a clue why I was not on the list. Because Canadians have been in it before, like RJ Barrett and all those guys. So, I mean, it doesn't make too much sense to me. But I feel like my production didn't lie this year. So, if that's the way they wanted to call it, then it's up to them.
Is that something that you've used as a player throughout your career, motivation, in the sense that, well, he might be too small, or, well, he's from Canada, or, well, this? Do you normally have a little something in your head like, oh, yeah, I'm going to show you?
Yeah.
Is that your fuel?
Yeah, there's always going to be something. Like, I'm personally looking for the smallest things to tick me off. So as long as I get some sort of hate from somebody, I feel like I'm going to be at my best that game.
Very Michael Jordan-like. So you're like Jordan in the sense, like, you're just looking for something to piss you off.
Oh, yeah, every day. I'm not looking, like, in life, I'm going to be a very happy kid. I'm going to be a very joyful, exciting, fun to be around guy. But, like, when it's game time, it's like, I have a different mode that I'm just looking for violence, looking for beef.
Flips the switch.
Looking for someone to start something.
Flips the switch. I like it.
That fits.
Yes. So let's go down that road a little bit. You are, and I'm just from watching you to hearing about you, you're a dog. I mean, you are a dog. You are like, let's go. So when did that start? Like, does your family say, like, when you were 3 and 4, like you were going wacky, trying to compete? Like, has that seed always been in you?
No. I feel like I was always playing up. So 6 years old, I was playing U10. I was playing with 10-year-olds at 6 years old. So I feel like always being called the smallest guy or like too young. Like, there's always something that I'm not doing. I felt like I was always hearing. So, like, it was just about proving everybody wrong and proving why I belong on the court.
Okay, so if you're 6 and you're playing with the 10s, you had something right from the start. What skill did you always have that made them go like, no, he's got to play up? What were you gifted with early?
Well, I feel like personally I was always able to dribble. Like, no matter what, I was always able to dribble. 3 years old, I could dribble 2 basketballs. I could cross over 2 basketballs. I could always dribble. And after that, it was just, now I could dribble and run fast. Now I could run fast and dribble at the same time. So I feel like if I was able to do those 2 things, if I could get to the basket, I'll score if I'm right beside the basket. So the whole idea was to just get to the basket and worry about the rest later.
Yeah. Crossover at 3. The crossover at 3 and you're fast. So you're fast. I mean, some guys are fast, some guys glide. You glide. When I watch you play, you glide down the floor. I know it's a football thing, but like, you ever been timed as to how fast you are?
I run a 4.3.
Cool.
So.
Oh, okay.
I can run a 4.3.
There you go.
That was like about a year ago. I think I got that.
And that was a real. Now that wasn't like 3 guys with like a stopwatch.
No,
that was like
that
was
was like the sensors and all that.
Oh, so you're smoking, and you're okay.
So you're real 4.3.
That explains it right there. Because we watch you, and you're just going like by guys, and we're going like, dude, no one can stay in front of them.
I run a 4.38. That was my fastest time.
Wow. So legitimate 4.4.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your passing ability, because as good as you are at finishing, as good as you can shoot the outside shot, I think your vision and your passing is beyond elite. Has that always been in there? Have you always been able to see the court? Your lobs have great timing, your vision on cross-court dishes as you're in the lane. Where'd the passing skills come from?
I feel like it just came as I started watching more film, learning rotations of the defense and how most teams are gonna guard me. So after I started watching film and learning about my mistakes on the court and learning about what the open reads are, that's when I feel like I started like seeing the game at a different level.
So you're 2 steps ahead. When you take somebody off the dribble and you get into the lane, you already have an idea of where the open offensive guy is going to be.
Yeah, well, personally, I feel like I can always get by the first guy. Whoever's guarding me, I feel like I can always get by him. So it's more about where the help side is and where the rest of the guys are. So where rotations are going to end up having to go.
Right, because we haven't seen anybody stay in front of him yet. I would agree with that.
Exactly.
Coach, I mean, your highlight video is have you scoring, either shooting outside, driving to the basket. But Coach Hodge for him, it starts with the defense. Starts on the defensive end. Has he talked to you about that? And are you a dog on defense as well? I mean, a pit bull on defense.
And he has, and I feel like, well, I was top 5 in steals this year in the league. So I mean, I can defend. Like when it's necessary, I'll make sure that someone owns it.
It's funny that you say that, because in watching some of those games, that's exactly the sense that I got. Like, if need be, I can take care of this. Don't worry about it. And then there were other situations that, just like, I don't need to totally lock it in here right now, but I can guard. And obviously with West Virginia, you can guard.
Yeah.
But
when West Virginia comes, I feel like the whole entire time, defense is going to be necessary, especially playing in the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be ready to defend and play both sides of the ball.
How much did you have a chance to watch West Virginia play this year?
Not a lot. I mean, I was so focused on watching learning about myself and winning this year. I felt like when it came time to when I got to West Virginia, I'm gonna take more time, of course, and it's my season. But I'm always focused on myself first and what my team needs me to do currently. And then right now, but I watched The Crown. I did watch The Crown.
That was fun, huh?
What'd you think of those games, man?
I think Honor Huff is a real.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good basketball player.
He can fill it. He can fill it, can he?
Yo,
he can fill it up.
Man, at some of these shots, I never even thought to shoot some of these shots, and I'm playing high school basketball. The fact that he's shooting these shots in the Big 12 is
yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. The fact that he's shooting these shots in the Big 12 is insane.
Yeah, he made hard. He not only did he make threes, he made hard shots. Like in that Oklahoma game, he was at the hash mark, and the coach from Oklahoma is standing right next to him, and like the last thing they think he's going to do is pull it, and he pulls it, and my man Porter Moser, the Oklahoma coach, was just like what are we doing? Hey, let me ask you this. Ross told me that he had watched you recently, not all that long ago, and you said, "Hey, coach, what do I need to do?" Or he may have suggested to you, "Hey, in the Big 12, you're going to have to shoot it from a little further back from the 3-point line." And you went like, "Oh yeah, okay." And so he watched you play, or was watching you go back up and down, and you just started bombing from long distance. And you looked back at him and you said, "What?
Yeah,
that far enough, coach? Hey, coach, is that far enough for you?"
I truly did ask him, like, "Yo, is this far enough?" Like, I looked at him, like, yeah, because he was in Arizona for a week or for a weekend, I think, and we were just having some open runs. And one thing, like, he pulled me to the side and he was like, "I see you're making shots. Like, I already hit like 3 threes, but like they're all at the line." So he's asking like, "Yeah, you got to start shooting further." So I'm like, "All right." I mean, I know I could shoot further, so I'm just gonna show him that I could shoot further.
Well, let's talk a little more. Let's talk a little more about this and about West Virginia in particular. You were here in the fall for the Ballin' at Woodburn, the outside court event. So let's talk first about that. What was your first impression? You got here to West Virginia. You saw that event. You saw Honor out there in 35-degree weather, banging shots outside. Your impressions when you first got here at that event?
Well, first it was the guy with the musket. And I didn't know that they shoot a gun in the air like before and someone told me they do it at every game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Like,
did you jump? Did you jump when it went off the first time?
I was on my phone. That was the thing. I was on my phone. I was looking down because they did the national anthem, I think, and then right after I went on my phone, see this guy walk out. I'm like, "What is he doing? That's got to be a fake gun. He can't do nothing." Boom! and it goes off, and I drop my phone.
Yeah.
I'm looking around like, yo, no way that happens every game.
Oh yeah.
Every starting introduction, you should see the visiting team. They don't think it's coming. There's a lot of dudes that are jumping up and down on the other bench because they never expect that to be coming.
So the event was cool, but really you're here a couple reasons. You have a great relationship with Yusuf Ali, which we want to talk about, but you also have the comfort, and it goes along with what Ross was telling you. Back up, shoot further out, which you don't get very often from coaches. You feel like you've got some freedom to come in here and go make plays. That was the pitch, right?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the trust that coaches instilled in me from now is like, it's a no-brainer to not come here. And when I was on my visit, I felt like this town is like really serious about, like, there's no professional team.
Right.
So this town is really serious about this college, and I feel like having the support of an entire state behind you is like, it's a no-brainer to go around there.
Yeah.
It's Coach Hodge is big on culture, and his first year here, he had a really good culture on this team. Everybody got along. There was great camaraderie. There was great teamwork. Have you had that experience in your past, and what do you think you bring to this team in terms of a culture and, working together as a team?
Yeah, well, my experience, I feel like I've been a part of a culture, especially with this year. Like, a lot of the teams, like, if one person doesn't like something, then the whole team doesn't like it. If one person likes something, then the entire team likes it. So I feel like this year our family moved as one, and well, I could be a leader for this next team. I'm trying to be a leader, especially being on a team with older guys. Like, these guys are like 23. They have a reason to play basketball. Like, I'm out here playing for fun right now, and these guys are like really trying to make a living off of this. So, I mean, just trying to be a leader, do what the team needs, and just give out respect to the elders of the team.
All right, we're listening in to Miles Sadler from Three Guys Before the Game from this past week. Got a break to take. We'll come back, continue the conversation after this.
Days, evenings, weekends, and holidays. You can't predict when you'll get sick or hurt. But WVU Medicine Urgent Care is prepared to help when you do. Our team treats minor illnesses and injuries and performs services like on-site lab and imaging, vaccinations, and sports physicals. WVU Medicine is ready to assist you and your family when life happens. To find the closest location near you, visit wvumedicine.org/urgent care.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to wvmetronews.com to apply. That's wvmetronews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
I always said I was going to move to a mountain in Tucker County, but probably going to put a data center on it, so I got to find a new plan.
Oh, you did not.
Oh, I did. Told you I was a little grumpy today.
Oh, man, you got some zingers today, Dave. I love it.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at wvmetronewstv.com.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
We are are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
All right, Miles Sadler, the incoming Mountaineer freshman basketball player, was on Three Guys this past week. Let's continue the conversation.
All right, so scenario. You're in the Big 12, and let's say you're coming off a hot game, and the opposing team, you just get across midcourt, and they're going to double team. Do you try to split the double team or find the open guy?
Depends. If, like, who's the Finley Bizjack? I think that's his name.
Yeah,
Yes,
Finley
yes.
Bizjack. Yes, very good.
I watched him play. He can shoot. So if he's open past half, I'm passing it to him, and he's gonna make a shot.
Okay,
very good.
And but it depends on the two people. Like if it's a bigger guy, and I feel like I could get around him, then I'm just gonna go around him.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Team USA had the top 7 prospects, the top 7 recruits in the country on that roster. What did you learn about yourself playing against those guys?
That I feel like I belong. You know, I feel like I could compete with if I compete with them, I compete with anyone in the country. So, I have a respect for those guys. I mean, I know them personally, so it's just good to know that like you're on the same level as some of the top guys in the country, and that you could hold your own against anyone.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Miles, I want to go back to Ross for a second in this program in particular. He's had a ton of success with guys 6 foot and under. You fall in that category.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a conversation you had with both Yusuf and Coach Hodge. Why do you think that is? What's the fit right there that has allowed Ross and his system to have a lot of success with guards in your height range?
I feel like he likes to play fast, and I feel like all the guards that he's brought in that have been 6 foot have been very, very fast. And I feel like I'm one of those guys that can just push pace, push tempo, and he allows his shorter guards to make decisions and make plays. So I feel like coming in, I could assert myself to that role.
How do you feel about, and again, you've played against some of the best in the country. Now you're going to take a step up, though, in the Big 12. As you probably know, is a really, really physical league. You talked about Honor Huff. Honor Huff was assaulted on a nightly basis, held, pushed. Yeah. You know, it was really, really rough, and he just held up. Have you thought about the physicality at the next level in the Big 12, and how do you think you deal with that?
I mean, that's why I'm trying to get to 180. At least that's exactly why I'm trying to get to 180. Maybe push 185, but you know, I don't want to get too big to the point where I'm not as fast. So I feel like my agility and being able to evade people is gonna help me like preserve my body and not take as many blows. But I know they're coming, so I just got to be ready to get back up.
Yeah, they're coming.
Yeah,
Tony, they'll come at you.
I mean, night in and but that's good. I mean, you have a couple of attributes that fit perfectly into that. Number one, just your body build. You'll take contact well. I mean, there are some people that are a little bit. I mean, I've never looked at you and said thin. You're thick, even though they want a few more pounds on you. You're thick. You'll take the hit, and then you've got the mentality. You won't back down. You'll stick your face in the fan, and that's all you need.
Well, and also he's got the ball in his hands a lot, right? It's harder to clutch and grab and hold when he's got the ball and he's bringing it up. Honor that's why they moved on to the ball so much, right? Yeah. Because when he was off the ball, they were literally hugging him. Yeah. Miles will just go right around you.
Yeah. You mentioned, Miles, that you're not going to touch the ball this week, which is good. But when you're in a workout mode, what does a workout entail for you? What is your normal workout when you're going out? Like, as far as, do you have a number of shots that you want to take? Do you have certain drills that you're always doing? What's your recipe for success?
I shoot as many deep shots as you can, and try and make sure that it stays the same. Like the same way I want to shoot a form shot is the same way I want to shoot from 30 feet out. So as Coach Rossad said, I need to make sure that I'm ready to shoot these deep shots and making sure that I shoot them while I'm tired, because there's 5 minutes left in the second half and I know I'm going to be exhausted. So I had to make sure that I'm ready for those moments and still be as effective as I was in the first half.
You a morning or evening workout guy?
I'm a very, very late night workout guy.
Oh, really?
Like a 10 o'clock start.
Whoa.
Is
10 o'clock.
definitely what I'll do. Like 10 to 12 midnight. I've done those before.
That's your zone.
That's my zone. I feel like working after everyone is done that's me.
That's great, because when we go on the road and we're playing out west, it'll be perfect. Your body we'll be out on that West Coast time, and you'll be like, this is fine. This is my happy time. Okay, so normal sleep is from when to when?
Well, normal sleep, I'm probably gonna go, like, if I'm not working out at 10, like especially when the season's on, I'm probably gonna get my workouts in earlier. But like normal sleep is like 11 to like 6, 7.
So you're a 7-8 hour guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm ready to go. I feel like I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you doing when you're not playing basketball? Favorite activity?
Bowling.
What?
Huh? What? What'd you say?
Bowling.
Bowling, like B with a bowl? B? Bowling?
Yeah, like strikes and all that.
Do you have an average?
Pardon?
Do you have an average?
Oh, 130. 130. I'm not nice. I'm not saying I'm nice.
You just like it.
Oh, 130.
I like
that's casual. That's casual bowling.
There's
a couple strikes in there. There's a couple strikes in
That's
there.
what I'm saying. I'll probably get like 3 strikes.
Yeah.
One, I'm definitely shooting like 2 gutter balls, but
you got 2 gutter balls. Do you hook it at all?
Yeah. Pardon? I
hook
try.
Yeah.
But like, I need one of those towels for the ball to get the oil off.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
sure. Yeah, those guys like those towels.
Can you get the 7-10 split?
Yeah.
You can't get the 7-10 split, can you?
Have you ever made a 7-10? Ever made a 7-10 split?
I've never made a 7-10 split.
Yeah, not many have.
No.
Not many have.
And I never will.
Yeah. Okay, so Canada, any love of hockey?
No.
Okay.
Well, I like hockey. I feel like I have friends that play hockey and all that, so I don't mind hockey, but I don't know how to skate.
Okay.
I don't know how to rollerblade. None of that.
Well, I tell you what, with your speed, you would have been an absolute demon on the ice. I mean, you would have been absolutely cranking. Okay.
Toronto Raptors? Raptors fan?
I hope I could get drafted one day to the Raptors.
Oh, I'd like to stay home. Favorite?
I hope I can play for them.
My guess is you don't have a favorite NBA team, but you have favorite NBA players.
I have a favorite NBA team, and unfortunately, it is not the Raptors.
What is it?
Who is it?
It is the Lakers.
Oh, really?
That's all right.
Why? LeBron?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
LeBron, wherever LeBron's at, that's going to be my favorite team.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Reason?
Because he's the greatest player of all time.
There you go.
Excuse me? You're on that side of the thing with Jordan?
LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time.
So give me your reasoning why you're going with that.
Why I'm going with LeBron. Name a person who's ever had so much expectations as at 18 years of age. Get drafted into the league to the worst organization, and it takes 2 years until you're playing in the conference finals.
All right.
What are you talking about? Like, he's 19. He's 19 at this time, playing in the conference finals.
Yeah.
And now he's 41, still playing. I mean, that's what stands out to me. 41 still playing and playing well.
41. He just had 30 yesterday. Like 38-7 to be exact. So I don't see a basketball player better than that.
If LeBron were guarding you, would you try to drive on him or pull up?
I mean, it's definitely going to be a 1-4 flat call. Just everyone watch out.
Gave you 1-4 flat. I like that, Miles. Good job. 1-4 flat.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a 1-4 flat call.
You would try to take LeBron off the bounce.
Oh, 1-on-1. I'm going by him.
He probably could. I mean,
41
years.
All right. Who else NBA wise? Like, do you model your game after anybody? Do you watch anybody and say that's how I'd like my game to look? Is there any other point guards that you follow?
Darius Garland is someone who I want my game to look like on offense.
Yeah.
But like defensively, trying to watch like how Marcus Smart and Davion Mitchell play defense and stuff like that is like another part of the game that I'm trying to watch.
Yep, they can guard.
Well, the nice thing about that is you can get a direct relationship going with Marcus Smart because of Phil Forte on the WVU staff. Coach Forte, that's his boy. I mean, they're like that. So you can just pick up the phone and call Marcus, gets a couple pointers.
He can. Just named a couple Big 12 guys, too, there. Did you notice that? Marcus Smart, Oklahoma State. Davion Mitchell, Baylor. Good job. Got some Big 12 in there.
Yeah, so
what do you want West Virginia fans to know about you before you get here?
I want them to know that I'm nervous. I am nervous of going to college personally, like living away. This is the first time I'm really going to be living on my own. So, just I want to be welcomed. You know,
you're
when
gonna
I get there,
you're going to find out. You're going to find out. You're going to be welcomed. This is going to this. People say this. You got to experience it yourself, but others say this. You're going to feel like you're in a family here. Whether it's the people, whether it's your fellow teammates, whether it's your coaches, or whether it's the fans you don't even know. You're going to feel like you're in a big family here, right, Tony?
I was just going to say, the day you get here, there's 1.8 million people in the state. You'll have about 1.7 million new family friends. And they will – seriously, I'm being serious. Like, you will not go anywhere, and that's just for every Mountaineer, football, basketball, whatever. You will not go anywhere where people don't know who you are, which eyes are always on you. Every time West Virginia plays, it is a big deal to everyone in the entire state. There's 55 counties. I know you guys have provinces. But there's 55 counties in the state of West Virginia, and every time West Virginia plays a game, it matters to people in all 55 counties. And you could drive 3 hours and a half to the south. You could drive to the east and to the west, and you'll see that flying WV every single place you go in West Virginia. So all eyes will be on you. People will be supportive of you. They'll be appreciative of you. So you don't have anything to worry about that at all. Day one, that's day one.
And Tony, that's also Mountaineer fans in every other state.
Oh, yeah, and then when we go out on the road, even though we're going to be far, far away a lot of times playing, Mountaineer fans are everywhere. And so when we go out on the road, you're going to go like, wow, I'm hearing that Let's Go Mountaineers chant away from home. You probably saw some of that in Arizona, right?
Yeah, I've heard not in Arizona, but I've watched The Crown and I've heard it in the background.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I know that there's Mountaineer fans everywhere.
That's Miles Sadler. Again, a complete interview. We gave you about 25 minutes or so. It's an hour long. 3 Guys Before the Game podcast, where you get your podcast. We'll take a break, close it out next.
Some relationships just work better with trust, reliability, and great communication. That's why more West Virginians are choosing CityNet Gig Fiber. Fast, symmetrical speeds, no contracts, no data caps, and local teams monitoring the network around the clock. Plus, for a limited time, new residential customers can get 50% off any internet plan for a full year, with plans starting as low as $25 a month. Check availability at your address. Visit citynet.net today. CityNet connects, protects, and perfects.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Calva Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. 75 $100 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
When you hired me, you were 29. You seemed like you were 50 when you were 29. You were running that thing like a 50-year-old man. All right, we got to go get some tape. Come on, get out of there.
I think I've sort of always been 50, and I think I'm 50 now.
Yeah, me too.
That's
me too.
a great point.
Join Tony Carini, Brad Howe, and Hoppy Kercheval for Three Guys Before the Game. Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
Sunshine.
All right, out of time. One crazy note, final note from the draft, Coach Hunter. Wisconsin did not have a player drafted, right, this weekend?
Yep.
First time since 1978.
Wow.
47 consecutive drafts.
They had a struggle of a year as well.
Yep, crazy. All right, out of time. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you in the month of May. Kyle and the boys in tomorrow night. We'll have more on Mountaineer baseball. And the baseball team back in action at Penn State on Wednesday night. Talk to you soon.
From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline is an exclusive production of the MetroNews Radio Network. All rights reserved.